Hello everyone, I am Sabina. Today I explain about the practicum number 7. This program demonstrates the execution using stack and heap memory. This first part show stack works with the push and pop operation, and second part shows dynamic memory allocation similar to the heap storage. First step, CLC. CLC means clear the command windows. Next, clear removes all the variables from the memory. This ensures the program starts with a clean environment. Second, initialize stack. Stack is equal to square bracket. This create an empty stack. This stack will store elements using MATLAB array. Then push element into stack. Stack of n plus 1 is equal to 5. Stack of n plus 1 is equal to 15. Stack of n plus 1 is equal to 25. N represent the last position of the array. N plus 1 adds a new element at the top of the stack. This operation is called push. After pushing values, the stack becomes 5, 15, 25. Display stack. Display of stack after pushes. Display prints the message and the stack values. It shows the stack after the adding element. Pop operation. Stack of end is equal to square bracket. This removes the last element of a stack. Stack follows last in first of principle. So the last inserted element 25 is removed. New stack is 515. This display the stack after pop. Display the stack after pop, removing the top element. Second, heap demonstration. Dynamic memory. Initialize heap. Heap is equal to square bracket, creates an empty heap array. Heap represents dynamic memory allocation. Ask the user for number of elements. N is equal to input. Enter how many values to store in heap. The user enters how many values they want to store. For example, enter how many values to store in a heap is to 3. Then using for loop here, for I is equal to 1 is to 1, value is equal to input of the enter the value num2 string 1 semicolon, heap of n plus 1 is equal to value and end. Explanation for loop here. For I is equal to 1 is to n, runs the loop n times, and input asks the users to enter values. Num2 string of 1 converts number of string of a display. Heap of n plus 1 adds the value dynamically to heap. For example, here enter value 1 is to 10, enter value 2 is to 20, enter value 3 is to 30. Heap becomes 10, 20, 30. The display heap contents, display of heap content is display heap. Display all store heap values. This program demonstrates two memory concepts. Stack uses LIFO, last in first out principle, where the last element inserted is removed first. Heap allows the dynamic memory allocation, where the user decided to many values to store using runtime. This concept of important data structure and memory management in programming. Thank you.